Hi everyone, welcome to Accelerando Piano. I'm Jane Trotter. Today's tutorial is all about meter and time signatures. And you're thinking, whoa, that sounds a bit tricky. But it's not a difficult topic. So sit back and allow me to be your guide. I've also got a companion tutorial, which you might like to check out after this one, called The Difference Between Meter and Beat and the Rhythm. So keep an eye out for that. Right, let's get started. Before we leap into meter and time signatures, I do just very briefly want to talk about the beat. So, what's a beat in music? My music dictionary defines it as a unit of measurement of rhythmic pulse. Now, I know that's pretty heavy duty, so let's simplify things. The best analogy is your heartbeat. It's regular, recurring, and steady, or at least it should be. It's literally your pulse. Now, think of your favourite piece of music and imagine yourself tapping your foot, nodding your head along the piece. You're getting really into it. It's your favourite piece. You're thoroughly enjoying it. It's great. You are responding to the beat. There you go. That was easy, short and sweet. Okay, now that we've established the beat, let's check out meter. The most simple and accessible definition is a regular repeating pattern of strong and weak beats. And if we count the number of beats in the pattern which is being repeated, we get this. Just so you can really feel these patterns and hopefully hear the difference between them, I'm going to play some short excerpts from famous classical tunes and count out loud as I go. Here's the Can-Can by Offenbach. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now the Blue Danube Waltz by Strauss. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally, Dance of the Little Swans by Tchaikovsky. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, what we need is a means of organising and identifying in the music these recurring patterns of strong and weak beats. And it needs to be easy to follow. So let's take our strong, weak, weak. To represent where the start of each pattern occurs, we're going to add in a vertical line, and this will divide it into sections. Let's replace my strong, weak, weak words with crotchet beats, and we'll keep in the lines. And now let's write in how many beats are occurring between each line. We can see that we've got a recurring 3-beat pattern, and very importantly, that the strong beat is always coming on beat 1. Okay, let's get a bit of musical terminology going here. The vertical dividing lines, which I've coloured red, are called bar lines. And the units or sections between each bar line are called bars or measures. All right, here we come to the time signature, huzzah, which encapsulates all of this information. time signature appears at the beginning of a piece and tells you how many beats there are in a bar. It consists of two numbers. The top number tells you the number of beats in a bar, and the bottom number tells you the type of beat. In other words, what note value receives one beat. So, in our example, the 3 lets you know there are 3 beats in each bar, and the 4 tells you that the type of beat is a crotchet beat, or a quarter note. The little examples along the bottom show you the time signature for 4/4, where we have 4 crotchets per bar, and 2/4, where we have 2. Now, I'm getting into slightly more advanced material at this point, but I want to show you a couple of time signatures which don't have a 4 on the bottom, because this will help explain what the bottom number of the time signature means. Remember, the bottom number tells you what note value receives one beat. In other words, the type of beat. So, these 3 examples all contain 3 beats per bar. We know this because their top number in the time signature is 3. But you can see that the type of beat in each example is different. The first example has a 4 on the bottom, and this represents a crotchet. So we would say the time signature is 3 crotchet beats per bar. The second example has a 2 on the bottom, and the number 2 represents a minim. So if we had to describe this time signature, we would say there are 3 minim beats per bar. Likewise, in the final example, we've got an 8 on the bottom, and the number 8 represents a quaver. So we'd say the time signature is 3 quaver beats per bar. Most of your pieces, when you're starting out learning to play, will have a 4 on the bottom of the time signature. So the type of beat you'd be counting in is a crotchet. However, as you progress, there are lots of other time signatures you'll encounter. So I wanted to introduce the concept here so you can mull it over. To bring our exploration of meter and time signatures to a close, here's a fun and interesting little exercise you can try. Take a piece in one time signature and translate it into another. So for example, you could take a piece in 2/4 and rewrite it in 3/4. This is an excellent way of showing how the patterning of strong and weak beats underpins, influences, and really characterizes a melody. Then, when you play the piece in the new time signature, you'll discover that it just doesn't quite feel right. There's something off about it. Here's one I prepared earlier. I chose Land of Hope and Glory because the words will help to illustrate what I mean. The original time signature is 2/4, and I'm going to put the metronome on with the little bell ringing on the first beat of every bar to highlight beat 1. I'll give the first beat extra emphasis too. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, I'll do the same thing in 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can hear the one in 3/4 doesn't feel right. And notice in the second example, the stresses on the words are all out of whack. The version in 2/4 makes much more sense. So that brings our quick tour of meter and time signatures to a close. I hope you're feeling more familiar now with the concepts and all of the terminology and can see how it interrelates. Remember, there's a companion tutorial which fits quite nicely with this one, and it's called The Difference Between Meter and Beat and the Rhythm. So be sure to check that out too.